So we're here with Jenson Button down at Bluewater, where you've been doing promotional activity for Santander. You've been meeting the fans who you've been entertaining over this very long but exciting season. You obviously won the first race of the season, you won the last one in the middle, but was it frustrating that your car kind of wasn't strong enough to win more races?
I think if you look at the season as a whole, we won quite a lot of Grand Prix as a team. We won as many as the team that won the championship. So I think the issue for us was more the consistency throughout the season. We had a period where the performances weren't there, and also we didn't finish a few races in that period. So this is such a strong team, and we can build a very, very fast car. It's just we've had some difficult times this year, but the way that we've ended the season with 2 wins in the last 2 races within a week, I think it really shows our strength going into the winter before the start of 2003.
And obviously for
2013.
You have a new teammate, Sergio Perez, but you've been working with Lewis for the past 3 years. What's that been like?
Our relationship has been good in terms of our work ethic, it's with Lewis. He's unbelievably quick. He's super talented, as we all know, and that's what I wanted in a teammate. I wanted someone that I was going to find it difficult with. A real challenge, and that's what we love in Formula One: challenges. So it's been really good working with him the last 3 years, and we're both very experienced, so we share a lot of data, and I think that helps the team as a whole. So it's been a good 3 years. He's made his mind to go somewhere else, and good luck to him. But as you know, we have a new driver in the team, 22-year-old Sergio Perez. He seems like a good little character. He's proved that he has the speed this year. He seems like he's willing to learn. He seems intelligent, and those are 3 key ingredients to a good racing driver.
What do you think you can teach him?
I don't know yet, but even though he's young and he's pretty inexperienced in the sport, I think I'll still learn stuff from Sergio. So it's going to be an interesting winter. I've not been with an inexperienced teammate for a long, long time. But it's such an opportunity for Sergio, and I really think that I've got to say it properly, it's Sergio. Otherwise no one knows what I'm talking about. Or Checo's a lot easier. But it's such an opportunity for him, and I think he's really going to take it with both hands, and I think he's going to do a really, really good job.
And you're very proud, Brett. You wear the Union Jack on your helmet, and it's no secret that you'd love to win at Silverstone, obviously. Is there a certain amount of pressure now being the only British driver at the leading British team?
No, it's not pressure. That's a position I enjoy. My previous team, I had Jacques Villeneuve as my teammate. He was a world champion at the time. He left the team, and then I was sort of the lead driver at 24 years old. So I really enjoyed that period of my career, being the lead driver and being the guy that can really help the team improve the car and sort of mould the car around me. So I'm really looking forward to 2013 because of that. I've got a couple of months to really mould, as I said, the team and the car around me at the factory. And the good thing about McLaren is they really listen to what the driver has to say. We're an important part of the puzzle. It's not just driving the car, it's developing the car, and that really means a lot to me.
And so over the off-season, is that what you're going to be doing, working on the car, training, I'm guessing? Have you got any other plans for?
Well, I got a busy few days, and then I leave away on holiday for quite a good period of time over Christmas and New Year's, which I'm very excited about. I do have a lot of training. I've actually got a marathon in 1 week. So I'm looking forward to that, and then I can enjoy myself a little bit over Christmas and then start the training again. But in this sport, being fit is important in terms of driving a Formula One car, but I think mentally it helps you a lot more than physically. So knowing that you can do every single lap 100% really is what makes the difference. And
your fitness isn't in doubt. You do your triathlons, obviously, for the Jenson Button Trust this year. You managed to do your own triathlon, which I know you'd wanted to do for a long time. Is that something you're going to do into next year as well? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I do triathlons to keep fit, and mentally it's really good for Formula One, as I said. You put yourself through a lot of pain that you won't necessarily feel in a Formula One car. So I enjoy it, and I had my own triathlon last year. 274 people took part, and it was a really good success. It was a great success, so I'm really happy that it went well and everyone seemed to enjoy themselves. So 2013, we've got one in the UK, and we might have 2 in other countries as well. So it's growing, and it's to get people into the sport, but also to raise as much money as we can for whichever charity we choose on the day. Last year it was Help for Heroes, and next year we need to see the charity that we think needs it most at that moment in time.
Well, good luck with that. You are doing well with the trust. It's doing amazingly. Obviously, I let a few people know on Twitter that I was going to be interviewing you today, and they sent in some questions. I'm going to leave out the ruder ones, as much as we'd like to know what your answer would be to them. One of them wanted to know what your favourite overtake in F1 has been.
Wow, that's a very good question, and I need to think back. But for me, probably Fernando Alonso, 2004, Hockenheim. I had a problem with my crash helmet, and it was coming off. It was being sucked off on the straight, so it was a bit of an issue. I had to drive down the straight with my hand on my helmet, so it made it even trickier. So to make that pass stick after 3 attempts was probably one of my best manoeuvres. I've also had one in Brazil where I overtook 2 cars at one time under braking, which was pretty good fun. That was sort of 06, I think that was. So for every F1 driver, there are many moves that he really enjoys. For me, this year has been a great year of overtaking. Austin, for me, was the best race for me coming through the field. I really enjoyed it, and I think Formula 1's in a great place right now in terms of there's a lot of overtaking.
But you say it's in a great place. Obviously, there was the Vettel-Alonso controversy, which I know has all been cleared up now. But do you think it paints the sport in a bad light with people questioning so far after the title has been decided?
I can understand why Ferrari wanted to question whether he was in the rules or not. And I think the FIA have cleared up the situation. But Ferrari didn't protest, they just asked for clarification. And I don't think there's anything wrong in doing that. You want to be clear, we all fight so hard through a season to win the World Championship. And you want to be clear at the end of the year that no one has done anything wrong or incorrect. So I don't think it was a problem to ask for clarification, but it stayed the same, and Vettel's world champion, and he's a very worthy world champion. 3 years on the trot. We've got to do a better job next year to beat him.
And another fan question is, what would you like more, winning a home Grand Prix or winning another world championship?
Now that is the most difficult question. Winning a world championship is so special because you've fought for it all season. And you've gone through good times, bad times, all the way through the year. Whereas winning your home Grand Prix, that is just adrenaline, emotion, and it's immediate. You cross the finish line at the British Grand Prix, and it's just, you see the crowd. I'm guessing you see the crowd go wild, and you haven't had a lot of time to think about it. So, for me, winning the British Grand Prix is something I definitely want to do in my career. But I also want to win the World Championship again. But the missing part, I would say, to my career at the moment is winning the British Grand Prix, or even just being on the podium would be nice.
Well, there's always next year, hopefully, fingers crossed. How much longer do you think you can be in F1? Because obviously you've got a lot of younger drivers snapping at your heels. You've got your Max Chiltons, your Sam Birds, and other British drivers. How long do you think you're going to kind of say, no, my seat's taken here?
I think we're all right for a little while. I'm only 32 at the moment. I might be the most experienced Formula 1 driver in 2013, but I'm still only 33 next year. But no, I mean, as I said, I still feel really young. So young with experience in this sport, and I'm really enjoying it. And Ron speaks to me a lot about it, because there are rumours that I've talked about when I'm going to retire. And Ron always says to me, Ron Dennis, age isn't a factor, that. There's more to it in Formula 1. And it's so true, For us, it's different to a 100-metre sprinter. It's not just about, it's not just physical, it's mental as well. So, I don't know, we'll see what happens. I obviously want a life after Formula 1, but this life is pretty good right now.
And is there anyone on the grid at the moment who you'd I know obviously Sergio's going to, I can't say it how you say it, however, you said his name.
I said like the Mexican, Sergio.
Sergio, yeah, that was awful.
That's close.
Sergio
Yeah.
Is obviously going to be your teammate next year, but are there any other drivers on the grid that you'd quite like to team up with?
There are many guys that you'd want the challenge of being their teammate, and I think with Fernando, we all know how difficult he is as a teammate. He's very fast, he's very intelligent, and for a lot of people that scares them. For me, I'd really like to be Fernando's teammate, but I'm not saying I want to go to Ferrari. I'm just saying, you know, alongside Fernando would be very interesting to see how the guy works, and I think I'd give him a very good run for his money. So maybe one day, but at the moment, I am where I am, and I'm very happy to be there, and I'm really looking forward to Sergio walking through the front doors of the MTC and seeing what he's made of.
Do you think he's going to help contribute towards the development of the car a lot? Because I don't know how Lewis leaving the team has kind of affected the development.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll be all right. I mean, I'm pretty excited about the direction of development. Sergio obviously coming into the team, it's really for him learning about the team and about the car. And then obviously during the season when he gets a handle of it, he can help with direction. But at the moment it's impossible because he hasn't driven a McLaren before, so he doesn't really know how it's going to be.
Well, thank you very much for your time today, Jenson, and good luck for next season.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.